Good evening. Welcome to tonight's video. Today would be part 13 of the PFBI series. So close to the ending now. It's not really a spoiler knowing how close it is to the finale. But as I've stated before, the ending of one series is the beginning of another. And if I say too much, I'll spoil it. Well, I do hope you enjoy this just as the rest. Please listen well tonight, and thank you for being here. Hey again, been a while. I really suck at this hiring thing. I really don't remember the table being this red or brown. Look, it's not my fault. You think you'd be able to find people who'd be more than willing to do a mundane job about weird shit instead of a mundane job doing normal tasks. I mean, I get it. It's scary as hell walking in for a job interview, seeing a blood-stained table with this sleep-deprived guy walking you through an empty building, being told you'd likely never be seen again by society. I get it, but come on! Could you please walk out calmly, acting like you want the job, instead of sprinting out? So yeah, there's that. Jeremy has been a tremendous help. His skills really seem to have helped even sharing and improving my pathetic attempt of an ad. Can't complain though. It's gotten more people calling for a job. He's even set up our network. It's up and running again. I'm glad no one's shown up during the security blackout. I've no clue what the hell happened to Onyx. I hope that kid's okay. As for Fred, he's been coming and going every now and then. Don't know, don't care. That was until today. He came over to my desk, sensing my agitation would greatly appreciate his presence.
Hey Lynch, you got some free time? I mean, since you haven't had any luck, I thought you'd need a breather.
I responded as sarcastically as possible. Oh, sure. There's nothing better I'd like to do than spend time with you instead of waiting for my next interview. He seemed oblivious to my obvious dislike for him. That or he didn't care.
Great, let's go. If we're lucky, you'll be back in time.
Reluctantly, I followed him. We left base shortly. In the parking lot, I noticed his car was way more impressive than my rust bucket. A jade green Lamborghini that looked fresh off the production line.
Oh, sorry. It's my wife's. She lets me drive it to work and back. Hop in.
I never took you for the sporting type, I told him as I admired his car. My mind was focused on the roar of the engine and the acceleration of the vehicle. The trees around us passed like a blur, like an oil painting. I'm surprised I hadn't gotten one of these for myself yet. The ride felt short, and we had gotten to Fred's place in minutes. Getting out of the car, I noticed the architecture looked expensive. White stone, carved with runes and symbols, made the outside of the large house. I didn't recognize the symbolism from any culture I knew of. Dark green shrubs and hedges surrounded the property. Who lives here, the Pope? I questioned Fred as he casually walked towards the building. He shook off my question completely.
You'll see. Come on in. My wife's been dying to meet you.
My mind jumped to thoughts I didn't even want to talk about. Nothing I'll describe here. Entering his house, I felt a change in the air. Not like the temperature from outside being different from the inside, more like an energy pulse, like electricity, I guess. Fred led me to the living room. Sitting on the couch, wearing a robe a bit too revealing, was a stunningly gorgeous woman. Her hair was orange-red. She felt familiar, like I had seen her before.
Ah, Lynch. Pleasure to see you again.
She spoke with an accent that made me remember instantly. Oh, you're that Scottish lady, aren't you? Have you ever said something that you could feel that those words should never have been uttered? The look of pure rage she gave me was as if I had killed Fred as she watched. Now that I think about it, would she miss Fred as much as I wouldn't?
I'm Irish, you bloody fuck.
Fred jumped in to stop her before she got up and tore me in half. Well, at least I pissed off my target of one person for the day. After Fred had almost calmed her down, he introduced her to me.
Okay, now that's over. Lynch, this is Destiny.
She reached out her hand to shake mine. Nice to meet you. I'm curious what Fred's told you about me. I rubbed the back of my neck in embarrassment.
Oh, just enough. Scotch?
She began to grin as she saw my expression shift from calm to fear to recognition. So, I'm guessing you know more than I do. I questioned her, trying to see her intentions.
What do you remember? Anything specific?
She prodded me for an answer. Only what I've read. Nothing more, nothing less. What do you want?
That's the question, isn't it? I'm a collector of what interests me, you see. You're a part of a rare specimen. One that I want. I have the ability to control the fate of someone if I so desire. Yet, I can't even begin to affect yours whatsoever. Fred here's the luckiest person I've found after this generation. I just had to have them. As much luck as I take away from him, he never lucks out. Such talents are often genetic, which leads me to what else I want from you. Your son.
I could feel my rage slowly increasing, only causing Destiny to smile wider. Why? If you already have me, why him?
I haven't seen one of his kind in a very long time. Perfect blend of human and non. Such a specimen would be incredible.
What? We're just things to you? Not living beings with thoughts, hopes, and dreams? The house shook as she responded.
Don't test me, boy. I don't think you grasp the extent of my abilities. I can control the thread of fate, change someone's destiny, manipulate the luck of most anyone I desire. I want you, so I can understand why you're not affected. But I can wait for your death. I'll just collect your body and examine it then.
So, that's it. You get me whether I want it or not.
Oh, don't be so sad. I'll be sure to take great care with your corpse. I believe enough's been said, Fred. Would you be a dear and return him? He might be late for his appointment.
Fred started towards the door, waiting for me to follow. I wanted to hurt her ego before I left. So, you depend on obedient lapdogs and corpses. The morgue is hiring if you weren't aware. Goodbye, Destiny. She feigned laughter at my remark.
Please, call me Lady Luck. And I do wish you a good luck, Scotch. Farewell.
Fred and I were at the front of the house again, crossing the threshold of the front door. I felt the shift in atmospheric pressure again. Fred swung open the driver's side door and turned to me.
You know, I'm gonna have to make her happy for what you just said. Happy wife, happy life. Here.
He tossed me the keys to the Lamborghini. You're serious? I jabbed at his decision.
Whatever fate you do have, I want to see if my luck could outdo it. A little experiment. I win by getting the car back without you taking it to me. You win by, well, let's just see what happens. Just follow the path. It should be self-explanatory.
With that, he went back inside, eyes wide. I slid into the driver's seat. Okay, let's see what this baby can do. Oh, damn. I really hope he has insurance on that car. I mean, his wife's rich. It's her car and all. And I might have just pissed her off with this. Huh. Pissing off the goddess of luck. That's a first. Anyway, I've got an interview in a bit. I'll be back with an update on that. With Fred gone, I'll have to record the interview and script it later. That said, I'm your luckless PFBI guy. Ooh, the introduction of an actual god. How often have you come across one of those in these kind of stories? What impact do they truly have? What have they done in the world, and is there more truth than what has been written? Thank you all for listening to tonight's story, and I would like to give a huge thank you to Furberries and Ms Creepyth. Thank you both so much for your contribution to these videos. Honestly, I don't know what to say other than thank you, and it's not even enough to tell you the amount of appreciation that I have. But for the rest of you, 2 parts remain, and I hope you'll be there. But with that, I do thank you all for being here, and I wish you a fantastic rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever day or time of day it may be for you. And do remember, there's so much for us to understand in this world.